Hello everyone, my name is John Natomodo Disay, a member from group number 6. What is climate change? Climate change refers to a long-term alteration in temperature, precipitation patterns, and other atmospheric conditions on Earth. Climate change can result from natural processes such as volcanic eruptions or variations in solar radiation, or be driven by human activities, primarily the emission of greenhouse gases from burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrialization. The term climate change is commonly used to describe the human-induced warming of the planet and its associated impacts, such as rising sea levels, melting ice caps, and more frequent extreme weather events. Climate change is a major component of modern climate change, referring to the rise in the Earth's average surface temperature due to increased greenhouse gas emissions. Climate change is largely driven by the greenhouse effect, which is a natural process where certain gases in the atmosphere, such as carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide, trap heat from the sun.
I'm Maynard P. Mangawang, Group 6 from Section C. Causes of climate change is driven by greenhouse gas emissions that trap heat, leading to global warming. The main contributors include number 1, energy generation. Burning fossil fuels for electricity and heat is a major source of emissions, with renewables making up only a small share. And number 2, manufacturing and industry. Factories release emissions by burning fuels for production and through industrial processes like mining. Deforestation. Number 3, cutting trees for agriculture or other uses releases stored carbon and reduces the Earth's ability to absorb CO2. Number 4, transportation. Vehicles, ships, and planes rely on fossil fuels, making transport a key contributor to CO2 emissions. Number 5, food production. Farming requires energy, fertilizers, and livestock, which emit methane and other greenhouse gases. Number 6, buildings, homes, and commercial buildings consume a large amount of electricity, often from fossil fuels. Overconsumption. Daily activities include, that's number 7. Daily activities include energy use, food waste, and the production of consumers' goods add to emissions. Reducing Number 7 is reducing reliance on fossil fuels and adopting sustainable practices are crucial to mitigating climate change.
Good day everyone, I'm Sel Marquez from Group 6 and my topic for today is all about global warming. What is global warming? Global warming refers to the rise in the Earth's surface temperature in land, water, and atmosphere. Climate change were due to natural causes that mainly due to human activities. Ang tanging solusyon ay ang magtulungan upang bawasan ang greenhouse gas emission at gumawa ng hakbang upang mapigilan ang mas matinding epekto sa hinaharap. Global greenhouse gas emission in 2025. Fossil fuel emission may peak in 2025 before slowly decreasing. Inaasahang mararating ng emisyon mula sa fossil fuel tulad ng langis at natural gas ang pinakamataas na antas nito ngayong 2025. Ang pagbabagong ito ay maaaring dulot ng mas mahigpit na batas at mas malawakang paggamit ng renewable energy.
More greenhouse gases is equal to higher temperature. Kaya naman nararanasan natin ngayon ang matinding init dahil sa mga greenhouse gases na ginagamit natin.
Climate change effects: rising temperature, extreme weather, and melting ice caps. The major sources are the electricity generation, transportation, and industrial activities.
Atmospheric concentration of greenhouse gases. The carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases have steadily increased since the Industrial Revolution. Ang pangunahing dahilan nito ay ang malawakang paggamit ng fossil fuel sa mga pabrika at transportasyon. Kasama rin dito ang deforestation na nag-aalis ng mga puno na sumisipsip ng carbon dioxide. Human activities are the primary cause of this increase. Ang mga gawain ng tao ang pinakamalaking dahilan ng patuloy na pagtaas ng greenhouse gases.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Daisy Dumagin from BSE E2C Group 6, and we will be discussing about climate change. So today, we will be discussing the impacts of climate change. Climate change has widespread and severe impacts on the environment, society, and economies worldwide. Here are some key points. Number 1, environmental impacts. Rising temperature o pagtaas ng temperatura. Sea level rise, melting ice caps na nagdudulot ng pagtaas ng level ng dagat. Extreme weather events o tumataas ang dalas ng mga matinding kalamidad tulad ng bagyo at sunog. Ecosystem disruptions. Dahil dito maraming species ang nawawala o ay ang tawag na species extinction. And ocean acidification. Increased carbon dioxide absorption in oceans affects marine life, particularly coral reefs and shellfish. Number 2, social impacts. Food and water scarcity o nagdudulot ng kakulangan sa pagkain at tubig dahil sa pagbabago ng klima. Health issues. Tumataas ang mga issue sa kalusugan tulad ng mga sakit dulot ng init. Migration and displacement. Ang mga tao ay napipilitang lumipat dahil sa mga kalamidad. Threats to indigenous communities. Apektado ang mga katutubong komunidad. Number 3, economic impacts. Agriculture decline. Nasisira ang agrikultura dahil sa unpredictable weather. Damage to infrastructure. Ang mga kalamidad ay nagdudulot ng pinsala sa infrastruktura o mga pananim. There are energy demand changes dahil sa enerhiya dulot ng init. Economic inequality. Like for example, ang mga umuunlad na bansa ay labis din naapektuhan dahil sa climate change. And lastly, political and security impacts, resource conflicts. Ang kakulangan sa water and food ay maaring magdulot ng alitan, and even wars. Climate policies and global cooperation nations must collaborate on emissions reduction, renewable energy, and sustainability efforts.
My name is John Andre Arcos, Group 6 from Section C.
Is significantly affecting the Philippines, increasing its vulnerability to natural disaster due to its geographic location. Key impacts include rising sea levels, wherein coastal areas face flooding, erosion, and saltwater intrusion, threatening communities and agriculture. Stronger typhoons. Warmer sea temperature leads to more intense storms, causing devastating floods, landslides, and damages to infrastructure. Shifts in agriculture. Changing rainfall patterns and extreme weather affect crop yields, threatening food security. Biodiversity loss. Coral reefs and marine ecosystems are degrading due to warming waters and ocean acidification. So these impacts highlight the urgent need for climate action and adaptation strategies.
Hello everyone, my name is James Andre Gibalsena, Group 6 leader from Section C. This is our interview about the mitigation and adaptation of Team Suemlo.
Sir, good morning po. We are the group 6 from BSN College Engineering. So we are interviewing sir for the challenges in implementing mitigation and adaptation strategies. So question number 1 sir.
By the way, what kind of mitigation you are talking about?
For
There are so many kinds of mitigation about
Climate change.
Okay, climate change mitigation.
Yes. So, what are some of the biggest challenges in implementing mitigation and adaptation strategies?
Actually, this is the first, it was started last year only when the International Standard Organization or the ISO is being audited. So I have drafted, and also it was adopted from the national, where it is the Bagong Pilipinas, wherein under the administration of Bongbong Marcos, wherein one of his plan or proposal is regarding about climate change. So all agencies must have to help the national and also our world itself. Regarding number one, regarding on the climate change is what's happening to our world regarding on global warming. That is really number one that is being affected. So as part of the plan and proposal by the government, our campus, I have drafted 5, but concerns about 3. So one is regarding on, but actually the number one that I have, that was I have given is already exercised last year, starting last year or last year, but it was not implemented in all offices. Is regarding energy consumption. So all offices, especially to those who are using air condition, must have to switch on 10 o'clock in the morning, and then must have to switch on off rather at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. This go for the energy consumption, because regarding on the planning, they observe that buildings that has having this kind of air condition, on the bill that is being paid by DIMSO to the electrical company, having hundreds of thousands. Okay, so in order to minimize this one, so the using of the air condition is being limited. So from 10 o'clock in the morning, and it was again switched off in the 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That is about on the energy consumption. The second one is that I have proposed is on the transportation. Okay, why transportation? Because of the smoke belching. Aside from that, is also goes our inside of our main campus. It is also crowded. So instead of using individual personnel, same as for the students, one car, one student, or one person, why not, if it is, what do you call this one, it is along the highway, your house is along the highway, why not commute? Okay, at least makokontrol natin. Another one, instead of a motorized vehicle, why not use e-bike? At least to control the carbon dioxide. Yes, that is one. And if not the two, much better, it's not only helping our environment, also helping ourselves. Why not walk? Okay? I started last week of January. At least I saw some of the students from our campus, instead of having a car or tricycle going to the plaza, they just walk. Okay, because of heavy traffic maybe, but some is for their own health, but that is good. So that is my advice regarding on transportation. Why not commute? Why not use e-bike? And why not walk? If it is a distance, short distance, hindi naman yung 5 kilometers, 6 kilometers. Okay? Because you must have to walk early in the morning. But by going home, I think it is possible. 2 to 3 kilometers is a short distance. Okay? Also, not also helping the world, but you are also helping your own self. Okay? Another is regarding waste generation. Okay, regarding the waste disposal, wherein we must have to segregate what is degradable, biodegradable, and non-biodegradable.